So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here. And today, guys, yo, Gabe, don't do that, Gabe. Don't do that. You're underage, Gabe. You're not drinking that. You're not allowed. You're a kid still. I'm coming at you with an amazing deck profile by Jesse Kotton and also Esala right here. And these two topped with an amazing deck. And what deck did you guys play?
Oh, hold on, we were going to hold to save the deck to use it at London, and then we decided not to use it anyways.
Why?
Because we found the better deck. The FTK was just better.
Okay,
Oops.
Awesome. And what deck was this that you guys played at YCS Toronto?
Chaos Thunder Dragons. We built it in the same like mindset of Chaos Dragons used to be in like 2012. Just a lot of big monsters. You rush them down, you kill them going second. All the trap decks it beats. And then, unlike Chaos Dragons, it has good turn ones with your fusion monsters. And
you guys obviously both built the deck, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The main concept behind the deck is we compared the format to like Dino Rabbit format when Chaos Dragons came out, whereas like Striker was just the by far most represented deck, and that being Dino Rabbit, and this deck just came in and stomped it. So we just kind of went with that lineup, but then we played a bunch of Chaos monsters to help out in the mirror and just be more aggressive going second.
Yeah, they're good at, like, some of them are better in other matchups. Like, BLS is way better for some decks. Livionia is better for other decks. Like, Livionia is not that good for Striker or in the mirror, but it's, like, nuts for Altergeist. So, yeah.
Alright, without further ado, let's get started with the deck profile.
Whoa. Why does this matter?
Why? What do you mean?
I won. They came top 32.
Plus, this is the best Chaos monster.
Wait, 3?
Yo, man,
Yeah,
the card's off the list.
crazy,
man. Why
right?
wouldn't I?
Have you guys ever bricked on this card at 3?
No, as long as you can summon it, like, and especially with our extra deck, we can actually just make use of it even going first. So, like, it being an activator for all the dark ones in the grave is really nice.
Yeah, sometimes you open up, like, Battery Man plus a Thunder Dragon, and you just, if you don't have anyone to get going, you can just summon this and then do something with it. In North America, it's better as well, because you can Reproductus, make a Thunder, make Summon Sorcerer, or so make a Dinosaur. Or you can make it a Thunder, and then because it's a Thunder, you can use it for Colossus, which is cool. So, yeah, the Chaos monsters have better utility going first than they would in other decks. They're not like BA where you just can't use them.
What's next?
2 Livionia.
Okay.
Not as good, but it's still really good.
What does it do?
So manage a combination of 3 light or dark monsters for your grave, and it is an effect depending on what you do. 3 darks you can never use in this deck. It shovels a random card from your opponent's hand into the deck. Mixture of both. It just pops 2 cards in the field, non-targeting, so it's very important. It's really good. One of the best ways to break boards is just by summoning this, banish other cards, and you chain block it. So yeah. And then the other one with 3 lights, it just revives any monster in the grave in defense mode. Defense mode means no links, but that's fine. It's just an extender sometimes to drop like 3 or 4 fusions, which is useful. And then you played 1 Dragon Duo. It's a Chaos monster, but this one's searchable, so that's why I played this one.
So that's pretty much it for your Chaos Engine.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what's next?
Alright. So, we played 2 of the Roar. So, okay, we only played 2 because we were playing the non-brilliant fusion version. We kind of wish, like in hindsight, we probably should have. But, like, if you're not playing that many fusion cards, it's like the worst one to draw, or like the worst one to open with, but it does have the best effect to get started with. And it's just, you'd rather have it in the deck than in your hand, unless you were playing like a bunch of fusion cards. So, like, if we were playing brilliant fusion, we'd definitely play 3. But because we didn't, we played 2.
Yeah, it never really wanted to be the one you wanted to discard, and you don't want to like, draw it unless you had instant fusion, so it just was like a 2 of to have them in the deck, and like it's still decent mid game because you can discard it, add back fusion, but it's not something you want 3 of. We also don't play Allure. That's important to note. So without Allure, it's just not that good because Allure was bricky.
Allure was really redundant with Gold Sark.
Yeah.
Like if you drew them together, you can only ever use one that turn. Like the other one, you just don't want to use.
Yeah, all the effects also once per turn, right? So if you get going, which is pretty easy in this deck, you're using all the effects anyways. So it's not like Allure does anything extra. It just cycles your deck. Some of the deck that doesn't want to see more cards. Because like multiples of these cards are just not good, which is why we played more than 40 actually. Yeah, and then I think the rest is standard, right? For the lineup, it's just 3 of the rest of them. I don't think there's any reason not to play 3 of those.
3 solar. Like this card was just nuts because like okay, when you have chaos monsters, dumping the darks in the grave is like really important because you can just get them started with so many more activators than like standard builds. And so, like, Battery Man was more important in this deck than, let's say, Boden's or Ryan's, just because they chose to only have the Brilliant Fusion Engine, but they had no Chaos Monsters, so they just had no way to actually activate them other than Hawk. Whereas in this build, like, if you open Battery Man and, like, any Chaos Dragon, you can do so much more. And it's also just good with all the other Chaos Dragon plays, or not Chaos Dragon, but, like, the Thunder Dragon plays, as long as you have, like, an activator. So it's just, combos a lot harder in our deck. And it helps with Summon Circle a lot.
Right, and then like obviously by playing the Chaos Engine, you guys don't really lose to a Bell, not that easily, right?
Well, it
Like,
still hurts. Yeah, but you can push through it a lot.
Right,
Nice thing,
right.
this deck just pushes through way more often, especially going second because you just deal so much damage.
There's just too many big bodies that you can't really like. No matter what they stop, there's just once it's already started, there's too many bodies to keep up with.
Yeah, once you discard a Thunder for its effects, just so much pressure. So it's like really hard to stop the deck. 3 Denkos.
3 Denkos Senko.
Yeah, we expected a lot of Strike and Ultrageist, right? And everyone kept saying, Ultrageist can't lose to Thunder Dragon, right? I really don't think that's true, even without this card. Especially when you're playing a lot of the big monsters and a lot of extenders, you can just beat Ultrageist. As long as you don't play hand traps, or just draw a lot of them, then you beat Geist, like, fine. But regardless, this card's still really good, just a blowout versus Striker, right? Like, it's just nuts. And the thing is, it's also just not a brick going first, because it's still Thunder, you can use it for Colossus or Titan.
And like a lot of people just like started off just only playing one because you can search it with the Thunder Dragon Fusion, but a lot of the time I would rather just open it. And like if I did open it versus like not a matchup where I'd want it for its effect, it's actually just a Thunder, and so it's just a solid normal summon to make a Colossus. So it was never really a problem.
Yeah, and it's also not nice to search it because then they know you have it. They can just play around it more effectively.
Or Titan.
Yeah, and searching is only ever turn 2 as well, so it's not ideal. And then last monster is 3 Ascended of Thunder.
Okay, so what does this card do?
Just pay 3k, summon itself. And it doesn't affect. It gets 5k. You gain 5k life points when it's destroyed. You don't use that.
That hardly. I think it came up once, but I still died. So this guy was really important just because he was a free body for no reason.
Yeah, he's Thunder.
Yeah, he's a Thunder free body. That's just 2,700 attack. Sometimes you just attack for game. Like I've attacked for game under barrier just because I just have multiple bodies for no reason. And like he was just really good in extending plays because you could do a lot more without your normal summon, and then like it goes through back row a lot harder just because he's such a big body. They might have to just deal with him on its own, or it could just make summon Sork a lot faster when you're just not comboing. You don't draw any of the dark ones, so you have to just find a way to summon Sork to get into dark, and then link away with that to trigger all the other Thunder Dragon effects if you don't open any actual Thunder Dragon cards.
And this card also beats, the border, right?
Oh yeah, it actually just
This
does.
deck actually just destroys border because there's so many big monsters that attack over it. Like I read initiate border. We also play 3 instant fusion for 1,000 extra strikes. That also just beats border.
There's so many like monster effects that don't activate; they just kind of just hit the board,
Yeah.
So border doesn't do a whole lot to us. I mean, that's not what they were played for, but it's cool that it worked out that way.
So it's 29 monsters. There are no hand traps. The logic was you don't want to have hand traps versus
The expected meta of
trap deck, and just you wanted to be able to be fine going first. Your board was good enough, and then like often even if they broke the board, they couldn't kill you. And the deck actually has a lot of like really good turn 2 plays, even without a hand, because the fusion spell is so nuts. And we were just okay with not having hand traps. And the mirror is not that cancerous actually. You can like sit on stuff, and especially if they're not maxing out on BLSs and instant fusions, it's really hard to crack each other's Colossuses. So the mirror is actually cool, and going second, and so you're fine like not having hand traps versus that. And against Goki, like of course you kind of need hand traps for that. But like this deck can break it because you can use Chaos Monsters to break the extra link, and you can chain block them so they can't try again negate with stuff like Lepionia. It's still like not the easiest thing in the world, but there are, unlike other decks, it is still a winnable game sometimes.
Yeah, but we did basically disrespect Goki. But the main reason why is just because we didn't expect a whole lot of Goki, because Goki has just become less and less popular going to that point. And it worked out that people saw that coming and then just played Goki with a better list.
They're trying to like say like we fucked up.
Right. No, I don't think it is. Like I think
the deck was a fine choice.
It's a meta call, right? Like we didn't expect much Goki, but that's why we played it this way. If we expected more Goki, we wouldn't play it this way. That's just how it is. Like going to Pasadena, you definitely have to fine tune the deck to FTK and stuff. Like I lost 3 matches in the tournament, right? I lost the mirror round 1, which I probably like could have done something different to win, but my other losses, I lost to Dark Wagner round 6 and lost to Dark Wagner again in top 52, and he's the guy who got second with the FTK deck, right? And that deck just destroyed me. So without hand traps, it was just hard to beat it. And
so play Goki, guys.
It was the danger FTK it was way better. It doesn't like it just disregards the Thunder Dragon board. It was so crazy. So yeah, that was a rough matchup. So that's something you do have to address probably going forward with this deck, is how to improve that matchup, because this wasn't tuned for that at all. So spells.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah, I don't think you can move around that number. This is like one of the things that I think you really do have to play in this deck, just because either it's a Thunder Fusion monster that you can help trigger all the monsters in your hand, or it's just what's it called, Thousand Eyes versus like Mirror, which is insane actually. Like Thousand Eyes in the Mirror is just one of those things you need to have, and then it's just decent versus everything else. But most of the time, it's just Kaminari.
I actually sometimes it's pretty much the same number of times I summoned Kaminari.
You played more mirrors than I did, though.
Yeah, I played a lot of mirrors. This is different. 3 fusions. This is like, I know OCG plays like 1, and then a lot of people, even North America, play 2. This card is so good.
You basically always wanted to have that card in your graveyard. So it's like if you're not going to search it, you might as well just open it in your hand. Every time you open it in your hand was just way better.
Yeah, it's an extender and a follow-up in one card. It's just so easy to set up too. Like, it just fits with the theme of Chaos Dragon. It also just gives you so much recycling power. Like, you didn't want to also waste a search on this. I'm okay just drawing this searching something else. So that just made more sense. 3-pot. Instead of Allures, I like drawing 2 cards, like properly drawing 2 cards. This card was... like before the tournament, we only had 2 of these at 2 instants in our deck. We played 42. It went to 44, like, right before the tournament. Because they were just so strong, those 2 cards. Like, and I don't regret it at all. Desires was so broken the whole weekend.
Desires was actually just crazy because, like, the original thing with Allure is that if you don't have any of the darks in your hand, it just didn't do anything, you just cycle. Whereas Pot actually gets you, like, an extra card, and that matters a lot in this deck when you're just digging for actual Thunder Dragon effects. Because if you don't open a Thunder Dragon, it's really hard. And that's why, like, Summon Sources helps too. So, but Desires definitely helps with dealing with that.
Yeah, this card was nuts. Definitely do play this card in this deck. I feel like there's something else I'm going to say about this card. Oh yeah, you don't like banishing multiples is fine. Like, it only matters if you banish all copies of a card, but that goes with any deck, right? Like, it kind of sucks with Thunder Dragons, but like Thunder Dragon is not so crucial to the deck. And then your power one-ofs. I don't know why combo decks wouldn't just play these.
They're always just at least one Thunder Dragon, right? So it's more Colossus all the time.
Or like their extenders just beat stuff like in the mirror, just bring back a BLS for 1,000 eyes. Extender gets you eggs, so it sets up like another pop if you don't have
it's
access
just
to egg.
another way to get to a Thunder Dragon
okay.
monster.
It's just easy side out. It's actually so it's 44 in the main. Decreased density of drawing multiples, because that's probably the next biggest weakness is just seeing too many Thunder Dragon cards. If you see all Thunder Dragon cards, your board is whatever, and then your follow-ups whatever, just not that good. That's when that gets underwhelming. Side spheres. This was like for the Goki, and it's pretty much all we played for Goki.
I mean, in theory, we sided it for the mirror because the standard board is 3 Thunder Dragons.
Yeah, I sided it every time, and it sucked every time. So I
yeah,
stopped
it
doing
wasn't actually that good.
Because no one else is playing like a lot of extenders, so they just put in on 2 fusions, and I have a dead card in my hand. Like, I lost round 1 because I put these in, and then just drew them, and they did nothing. I put in 1 Colossus, I couldn't kill it. 2 Eclipse is probably should have been more.
Yeah, that card was the best one against the mirror.
Yeah, we over played this card because we've been playing versus each other, and this card was good against each other. But when you're playing with other people who played like suboptimal builds, they're ending on 1 fusion. This card sucked. This card was just live more often. It's just more flexible, so it's just better. Also, going first, it's like really good.
Yeah, it's really good against combo decks going first because you can just like stop them midway, or like if they instant fusion, it's like insane versus them because they just can't keep playing. And then they draw like a couple cards, but then they definitely die. So that was fine.
Yeah, it's tempo. And the God card of the mirror.
In theory.
No, it was good for me.
I don't know.
Because unlike this, like, you can if they have 2 monsters, you just summon one of your own, and it's fine. You should probably, so it's easy. And if they have 1 fusion monster, hopefully you can beat 1 fusion monster. Shouldn't be that hard, and then it's a trap or just a kill piece. So I liked it a lot. I ended up winning 1 game just because I had 2 poly, like, just nuts. And standard back row removal displayed for combo decks if they're not manning it. And then impermanences for.
How was this for you?
I liked it.
I think it was very average. It's
it's a flex spot. Like, it can be used versus a lot of stuff. So against Goki, it's just like you hit firewall.
Yeah, it was just the most versatile one.
Yeah, so you hit firewall. It stops, like, it goes through as a thought. It's good in the mirror because you hit the Colossus, so you can like go off. It's just in the mirror you want to pick off each Colossus one by one. It's something interesting from OTK. So that's kind of the mirrors. But it's just digging for ways to out each other's Colossuses, and then once you get through all of them, you just kill them. So if you don't want to play like cards like instant BLS and permanence, you're just never gonna win the mirror. And then extra deck.
Yeah, this wasn't too special.
There was one card.
Oh yeah, nice. Eventually it became standard, right? I guess people still don't know about it, but like, yeah, the usual 3/3.
Actually, this card's not a standard 3 of, but this card comes up with 3 a lot. I don't even know how to explain it. It's really good.
The way we play it with the fusion spells, like we main deck 3 of the fusion spells, so we go into that card a lot, and like we want to end with that card every time. And so maybe sometimes we use up 2 in the first turn, and we definitely want to have 1 later.
And it's also like you have like a lot no hand traps, right? So you have a lot more thunder monsters in hand. You're okay just being more aggressive with your resources to put these out. So yeah,
Instant fusion targets.
yeah, broken. Have to play it. Instant fusion, hands down. Reproductus and Summon Sork, which are obviously really good. Just gets you out of awkward spots. It's not as amazing in this deck, but you still obviously it's really good as you play it. And this is nice because you can also turn your monsters into thunder, and that's cool because you can make Colossus with that. Which I did twice, I think, in the tournament. Phoenix and Summon once, and probably didn't need it. Unicorn is nice.
So
What is his name? I don't know.
Summoner. This card.
Only one?
Only one. Okay, its arrows come up more than its effect. I have never used that guy's effect.
No.
But him being a thunder is cool, and his arrows are really good. But you basically only use them turn 1, and then after that you never use them again.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Summon Sork is the same arrows, so like a lot of time you can just use Summon Sork instead. And there's also just downward arrows. It's not worth another extra spot in my opinion to play 2 if you have Summon Sork. Like I actually still rather just play card generic arrows over second one of this. Karibo, just fuel dark grave.
Yeah, it's a good dark, and then for 1,000 eyes.
There's some awkward spots where you had like egg, and you put egg, and then egg hawk. You usually go like egg Karibo, search egg, and then hawk, bring back egg, make fusion. Like that's when your hand's awful, but like it was still there. It's okay. I mean, it came up enough times for me to warrant playing it, but it's not like an amazing card.
And then Spicy Tech.
Gustav Max.
This card was nuts. So, okay, it's there for time, but it's mainly just there for when it's super easy to just make 2 Titan, and that's 32 for 64, and then that just makes Gustav Max, and then that's 84.
Yeah, it comes with a lot against Striker where you just clear off every one of the resources, and then you can, like, do 8k, but you have 2 Titans on field, so that's 64. 2k is game. It's, and then time, you did it for time. I never did it in time, but I did win games plenty of times where like I can leave them at 1,000 and this was just game shot, so that was perfect. Like this card was so good. At first it was in there as a joke, like maybe it'll come up for time, like Cowboy, but I actually generally used it a lot, like for its effect, because 2k is a lot. Like, it's a fourth of their life points,
Right?
And like some people like don't know it's coming, and they'll have like a Fogblade Engrave to bring back a monster, and they won't protect their life points because I think they're gonna live, and this comes out and they just die. So that was super sick.
Right, awesome. So that's pretty much for your deck.
Yeah.
Right. How do you feel about this deck going forward?
It definitely needs to be changed. I think Brilliant Fusion should be in the deck. It definitely makes more hands live, and especially with the Chaos Dragons, just more activators.
I think the biggest thing is just finding a way to fix the FTK matchup, because that matchup was rough. It's just,
So
we played FTK in London because it just had such a good Thunder Dragon matchup and a Striker
He just
matchup.
ignores it. Like, it doesn't matter what you do.
So you guys think FTK is the best deck right now?
It depends. Like, the more respect the deck has, the worse the deck gets.
Right.
It's kind of how every FTK works, I think.
Yeah, the FTK. Yeah. This deck also gets worth more respect than this, because this deck is really strong, but there's also a lot of really powerful side deck cards for it. So it's not super resilient to side deck. Like, that's one big issue as well. So if a lot of people start like mainly 9 cards for it, your board can get broken really easily. It's not like in Goki where you can have to play hand traps. It's breakable. Like, yeah. So
Maybe the deck was too fair.
I don't know. Like, I think it's one of those things where it's definitely just a meta call deck. It's a deck where it's not going to be a tier 0 deck. I don't think you can ever be that. But it's a meta call thing. So maybe Pastina, if you change it to more of a hand trap build, because it's not like going to be against Striker. But I don't know. I have to think of it when it comes to that, right?
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for this deck profile. Any last words before we sign off?
I have shoutouts to my sponsor, Titan Esports and MetaMats. Also shoutouts to Furman for not helping enough with the deck.
Hey. Shoutouts to Bowden for being Bowden.
All right, guys. And this is Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 signing out. All right, guys. Peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it. Like, no, this league business.